So Sylvia, welcome to Nepal, and again, so it has been a wonderful 2 weeks, and it just went by.
Oh yes, the time went by very fast. Yes.
You visited many places, and you saw our school as well, and of course, you have been to many different countries and visited different schools. So, how was your experience at Pathik and Niketan?
Well, I think I have to say the most important things about the school are 2 points. One is the teachers; they are so professional. I found that it is everybody who works very seriously with knowing what they are doing, just with knowledge, with heart, but with knowledge. So everything is very professional. This is regarding the teachers. And then the children, what I like most is that they are very free. They are very warm, extremely warm. I'm really surprised. Boys and girls,
Right.
the younger ones and the bigger ones. And at the same time, they're very curious because you can think, okay, they love to have fun, but when they have to be a little bit serious to study, well, they like it, they enjoy it, and they're very curious. They want to learn, they ask many questions. So I'm very surprised about these 2 points because normally in the schools, perhaps the teachers, when you have a very free school, they can say, well, they're not very professional, or if they are perhaps too rigid, or the children, they have to obey and they are not participant. That I find really it's a commitment, children and teachers. So that I like very much.
Right. And see, we do many activities as you have already seen in these 2 weeks. Like we do yogasan, we take them to the grounds for horticulture and agriculture, and they of course have their regular classes. So all these things. How do you think that they will shape up in the future?
I think it's very good because the problem we have normally is that the children in Western countries, they just study to have knowledge. And of course, even knowledge, if you don't have a practical use of things, you forget. Even like a language, for example, I am with you and I am in the kitchen and they teach me a word. How do you say in Nepali, water? In this situation, you tell me, I will remember. If just reading books, you forget. So I think that if a child goes to the land and sees the trees and the cows and other animals, he will remember. So I think that is this activity on one point, just having a physical activity, have an activity with nature. At the same time, they are learning. Because then you just give the basis. Well, this is how it works. Leaves are like that. So afterwards you can remember. And this doing a bit of yogasan and breathing, all these exercises help children to be concentrated because that is absolutely necessary. Yet they have too many information, so they need that. So I think that's very good to associate so many activities.
These 2 weeks, because this was kind of a get to know each other
Yes.
type of visit, and you did things like you showed them Tai Chi, you showed them some movies, you told them about different countries, and I'm sure that we expect you to come back again soon.
I will have to.
And as a researcher and as a parent, what would you like to do with the kids in your next visit? What did they make you feel like?
I think that it would be interesting to leave time go by and see what they've got of the time I was with them.
Okay.
I think that would be interesting to have when I'm back. You have the feeling, what did they receive from me, what's interesting for them. So then to prepare something according to that, to their expectations, for the little ones, for the elder ones. So I think that needs some time. It's not just me that would like to decide. I think it would be with you and with the children. Yes.
And as a researcher, in the perspective of a researcher, not just a fun-loving woman and an elderly woman, not in that perspective, but as the perspective of a researcher, how did you find the working of this school?
Well, I think that the working of this school also is it's a kind. You are doing also research in education, because as we talked before, the point now that this period is just, we have let's say it's a global world, as we were discussing. The necessities are not the same, so we're just trying to find out what is better for the society, because you have your own country that has certain needs that Western countries don't do, but at the same time you're just capped and captured by globalization as other countries. So as a researcher, I think that you are doing the same. So I need to have, as I told you, now I am living here, so I'm just very, very involved in everyday life, so I need the time to be back and to observe, not to live, just to observe.
Right.
And I think this, because I didn't come here as a research, just mostly to get in touch, to see the school, because my research is just on China. But as it is school and education, I think it will help me a lot to get to know better your system. But of course I need to learn more about Nepal, because it's difficult to analyze the school if you don't know the whole background, how schools work in Nepal. So I have to learn more about the country and its needs.
Well, we'll definitely expect you back, sooner than later. And thank you so much for your visit, and thank you for the kind words.
Thanks to you, because but I'm very touched, really touched. You young people, very well formed in Nepal, in other countries, doing this hard work, in the sense that you work a lot, and doing all that with your heart and your knowledge for the children. I admire you, and I could say to all these old people, sometimes in Europe or in other countries, that they say, oh, young people, they just only think to profit of the situation. That's not right. There are many young people like you, and we have to support you, because sometimes you will feel a little bit discouraged because you work hard and you don't see the results. Don't get discouraged. Perhaps the results, you don't see them, or you see them 5 years later. It doesn't matter. What you give, the children will get. So I thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the
heart.
kind words, Sylvia. Thank you so much. See you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
经过我情深意浓缘奔波，谁说青春不能做？情愿热泪不低头，珍惜曾经拥有，曾经牵过手，珍惜青春梦一场，珍惜相聚的时光。谁让年少不痴狂，独自闯荡？就算月有阴和缺，就算人有悲和欢，谁能